अनंत संसार समुद्र तार नौकायिताभ्यां गुरुभक्तिदाभ्यां वैराग्य साम्राज्यद पूजनाभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यां। कुंडली कुमारी कुटिले चंडी चराचर सावित्री चामुंडे गुणिनी गुहारिणि गुह्ये गुरुमूर्ते त्वां नमामि कामाक्षि। गुरुमूर्ते त्वां नमामि कामाक्षि। सर्वचैतन्यरूपान्ताम् आद्यां विद्यां च धीमहि बुद्धिं यानः प्रचोदयात्। Continuing on with our Sri Suktam Satsang. So I will go ahead and chant until where we have finished learning the meanings. Om Hiranyavarnam Harinim Suvarna-rajatas Rajam Chandram Hiranmayim Lakshmim Jatavedo Ma'avaha Tam Ma'avaha Jatavedo Lakshmim Anapagaminim Yasyam Hiranyam Vindeyam Kam Ashvam Purushanaham Ashvapurvam Rathamadhyam Hastinada Prabodhinim Shriyam Devim Upahvaye Shrirma Devirjushatam Kam Sosmitam Hiranya Prakaram Ardram Jwalantim Truptam Tarpayantim Padme Sthitam Padmavarnam Tam Iham Upahvaye Shriyam Chandram Prabhasam Yashasa Jwalantim Shriyam Loke Devajushtam Udaram Tam Padminim Eem Sharanamaham Prapadye Alakshmir me Nashyatam Tvam Vrune. So, we covered the meanings of Sri Suktam until here. The crux of these verses, the crux meaning of these verses is we are approaching the divine that resides within our hearts, having tried everything in the outside worship area. Having tried everything, we are now in complete prayerful attitude, like beggars, begging to the Paramatma, saying, may your grace reach me, because Paramatma's grace is nothing but Paramatma's light. And Paramatma's grace is nothing but the Divine Mother. So we are praying to Paramatma that may your grace reach me as Divine Mother and take me back, bring me back to you. That is the goal of every human's life, is to know the source. So we have been addressing Paramatma as Jataveda, the one who is the true source of our awareness. Jataveda, so that His grace may be invoked within us. All this prayer is for the Divine Mother to be invoked within us. So her presence becomes so bold that it takes over our personality. Because our personality is made up of our I, the aham. The aham, when attached with the lower self, with our likes and our dislikes, becomes ahankar. The same aham, when attached or when completely under the bold presence of the invoked Divine Mother within us, becomes aham brahmasmi. The I never goes away. The I always stays in place. For a siddha, The eye has been given at the mother's feet and has merged in the presence of the mother completely. For a sadhak, it's like, few instances he is able to give the eye, few instances he still wants control. So the entire sadhana is to continuously keep giving up our eye, giving up the attachment of the eye to the lower self, and giving up the I to be attached, to be picked up by the higher self, which is what the word vrune means. Mother, choose my I to be your servant. I have chosen you, but you have to choose me, vrune. So that's the crux so far. So we are starting at Aditya Varane Tapasod Adhijato Vanaspatistava Vrikshotha Bilvaha Tasya Phalani Tapasanudantu Mayantarayascha Bahya Alakshmihi. So right here, Aditya Varane is a direct Sambodhan to the Divine Mother. Aditya Varane, O Divine Mother. And what is the quality? Aditya is the sun. Varane is the color. The color of the Divine Mother is that of the sun. Of course it will be, because she is a ray emerging from the sun, from the Paramatma. Aditya Varane Tapaso Adhijato. Adhijato is prosperity, extreme nourishment. So it is your tapas that I see around me everywhere. Adhijato. It's the entire creation is in its entire prosperity is your tapas. It is indeed your tapas that has shown up as this prosperous universe, prosperous creation, fully nourished by your presence. Aditya Varane Tapaso Adhijato Vanaspatistava Vrikshota Bilvaha. All the Vanaspatis and great vrikshas like the Bilva Vriksh. So this entire creation is nothing but her tapas. Are we able to view? Are we able to view the within and without as her tapas, as nothing but the power of her tapas? We are not. We still consider the outside world as names and forms. That's a tree, this is a table, this is a wall, this is a house, this is a car. Because that distinction is still present. It is only with bhavana that we will achieve, we will get to Bhavani. Bhavani Bhavana Gamya. So this bhavana has to be cultivated. That everything I see is nothing but the light of the Divine Mother, is the tapas of the Divine Mother. And in such a Bilva Vriksh, she resides. As Kalidas ji says in Jagannatra ke, Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Smriti Rupena Samsthita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. Bilvatavi Madhya Kalpadruma Kalpa Kadamba Kantara Vasa Priya Kruti Vasa Priya. Shamala Dandakam. That was the name I was looking for. So as Kalidas Mahamuni talks about the Divine Mother, he describes the residence of the Divine Mother. He says, Jaya Janani Sudha Samudrantha Rudmani Dvipa Bilvatavi Madhya Kalpadruma Kalpa Kadamba Kantara Vasa Priye Kruti Vasa Priye. Bilvatavi Madhya Kalpadruma Kalpa Kadamba Kantara Vasa Priye. Bilva Atavi. Atavi is forest, dense forest of Bilva Vriksh. So her Manidvip, her house, the Chintamani Graha, has many prakars or many prakars as in shields. One of the prakar is that of Bilva Vriksh. So we are constantly in search of some place where we'll see Bilva Vriksh everywhere, where we'll find the Divine Mother in between. Of course, such a place also exists because it is described by Mahamunis. But the first thing is we have to start where we are at. And we are in this world of names and forms. If we start really observing and doing the bhavana that everything around us is nothing but tapas of the Divine Mother as Bilva Vriksh, then we will find her in the middle of this creation of names and forms. Aditya Varne tapaso adhijato vanaspatistava vrikshotha bilvaha. This entire creation in its complete entirety, outside and inside. Inside as in the mind, the body, the intellect, the various thoughts, emotions, every state of mind, the desires, everything is nothing but Bilva Vriksh. The Bilva Vriksh is her tapas. But amongst that we have to search for the Divine Mother. Everything outside of us, if we were to consider the entire surroundings that's right now around me or around you as a listener, whatever is around you, if you consider each and everything as a Bilva Vriksh, then your body is sitting around Bilva Vriksh. Now come a little closer. Look at the body. Every cell of your body is nothing but her own tapas, is a Bilva Vriksh. Come even further. Within, look at the mind with all its thoughts, likes, dislikes, conditionings, everything. More Bilva Vriksh. Come even further. Intellectual. Your ideas, your concepts, your decisions of how to approach this, how to do sadhana, how to do japa, how to do meditation, all these concepts, again Bilva Vriksh. But all these exist because of what? Because of that which makes you different from your dead body. And that is her. Jaya Janani Sudha Samudranta Rudmani Dvipa Bilvatavi Madhya Kalpadruma Kalpakadamba Kantara Vasapriye Kruti Vasapriye. She is in the center. She is the center of your universe. She is the center of my universe. Because she exists, my body exists, my mind exists, my intellect exists, the surroundings exist. If I fall dead right now, and if my body becomes a dead body, neither this body will exist, neither I'll be aware of the body, the mind, the intellect, or the surroundings. So this awareness, the true home of this awareness, is that which lies within us. What is it? It is anirvachaniya. It cannot be reached with words. Speech, action, eyes, none of the sense organs can reach it. It is the power through which the sense organs function. How can the sense organs know their origin? The awareness is constantly traveling, riding on the horses of the senses. But that awareness needs to be rooted in the presence of the Divine Mother, which is why we are doing this Sri Suktam, praying to her, Mother, my heart is completely closed up. I don't feel your presence, and because my awareness is not aware of your presence, it runs haywire outside everywhere. It is only you who can bring it back. Aditya Varne tapaso adhijato vanaspatistava vrikshotha bilvaha. And then it says tasya phalani tapasanudantu. And such a bilva vriksh, your tapas is nothing but this entire creation within and without. Mother, feed me the fruit of that tree. Tasya phalani tapasanudantu. Give me the fruit of your tapas, dear mother, so I may realize, I may be rooted in your presence. I, as in my awareness. Right now it's out and about, along with the senses. Riding the sense horses, it's out and about. May my awareness, may I be aware of your presence within my heart all the time. Tasya phalani tapasanudantu. And what will happen because of that? Mayantarayascha bahya alakshmihi. Antar bahir. Maya antarayascha bahya alakshmihi. Because there is, as we talked about in the last satsang, the glory of the sun is such that an hour, forget an hour, even half an hour after it rises, we cannot look at it. That's its own Maya. So we are praying, Tasya phalani tapasanudantu. Nudantu as in annihilate. Mother, with the fruit of your tapas, because I don't have that kind of power to cross your Maya and look at you. Tasya phalani tapasanudantu. Maya antarayascha bahya alakshmihi. The Maya that is making me completely unaware of your presence within and without. Take care of that, mother. Lakshmi. Everyone prays to Mother Lakshmi because they all want sampada. But what is the true sampada? That which makes me alive is my true sampada. If I fall dead right now, none of the sampada will matter. That is what is Sri Suktam all about. You are worshipping that which is your true sampada, which is also your true inheritance. You are the child of that. You have emerged out of that. That is your inheritance. You need to go claim it. As a child though, not as an adult. As a child fearlessly throws himself on his mother, not caring what the mother will think, how will she react. He just jumps on her whenever he feels like. But that's a child. An adult will review his strategy. So Sri Suktam is all about realizing that all the strategies have now failed. There is nothing more that the intellect and the mind can very connivingly come up with. Everything has failed. Now we are on our knees praying to Paramatma. Aditya Varne tapaso adhijato vanaspatistava vrikshota bilvaha tasya phalani tapasanudantu mayantarayascha bahya alakshmihi. And alakshmi is nothing but not being aware of that which makes us living. That is the greatest alakshmi. Mayantarayascha bahya alakshmihi. Upaitu mam deva sakha kirtischa maninasaha. And how should you come, mother? Upaitu mam. Upaitu as in upasana. I am worshipping you. I want to sit close to you. Upasana is being close. I want to sit close to you. I want you to make your presence known to my awareness. Upaitu mam deva sakha. Who is Deva Sakha? Kuber is called Deva Sakha. Kuber holds all the sampada, right? He is a great devotee of the mother. In return to his devotion, the mother told him, I'll be with you. You can be, whoever you decide to give sampada, I will bless them. See, that's the beauty of devotion. What can God give us in return for our love, First of all, does God want anything from us? Nothing. He only wants our love. And in return of love, what does God give us? He gives us Himself. I'm just reminded of the story from Mahabharata, and I'm sure you all have heard it, about Bhishma and Arjun fighting against each other. But that day, before coming to the fight, Bhishma prays to Lord Krishna, because Lord Krishna is his Isht. Lord Vishnu is his Isht. So he prays to his Isht, saying, if my devotion is pure, and if it has ever touched you, then today I'm going to make you pick up a weapon. Because Lord Krishna had taken a vow to not pick up any weapon during the entire Mahabharata war. But that day when Bhishma Pitama, before coming to the war, he prayed. And he said, today, if my devotion is pure and is true, I'll make you pick up a weapon. And then, of course, they meet each other in the battlefield and the war ensues. Bhishma Pitama shoots an arrow such that Arjuna's chariot loses a wheel. And then he starts shooting arrows at Arjun. Arjun has many arrows on him now. Seeing Arjuna hurt and the chariot broken, Lord Krishna gets up in fury, picks up one of the broken wheels and marches towards Bhishma to attack him. Arjuna sees that and he remembers Lord Krishna's vow, and he goes and he holds on to his Lord Krishna's feet, and he says, no, Nath, don't do this. What will history speak about you? What will Itihas speak about you? How will people even believe you anymore? If you are going to break your own vow, you are the roop of Sankalp Shakti. How can you break your vow? Lord Krishna says, I don't care about myself, Arjun. Let me go. It doesn't matter if my vow is broken. If I break my vow, it doesn't matter to me. If people talk ill about me, it doesn't matter. But not anyone dare raise their finger against my devotee. If his vow is broken today, then I cannot stand that. What does the Lord give us back in return for our love? He gives Himself. Upetu mam deva sakha. So when Kuber, with his devotion, mother was pleased at him, she said, I'll stay with you. You can be the adhipati of all the dhan. And here, we are really not talking about any kind of laukik or vyavharik dhan. The real sampada is the Lakshmi within us. That makes us alive. That makes us different from our dead body. I am doing upasana. Upetu mam deva sakha kirtishcha manina saha. Divine Mother, when you start making me known of your presence within, come along with Kuber, come along with Kirti, come along with Maninasaha. What does that mean? Does that mean we are asking for Dhan Sampada and Kirti and jewels? No. The hidden meaning is when you come with Sampada. And true Sampada is Bhakti. Like Kuber worshipped you. Pleased with his devotion, you gave yourself to him. Appear in my heart like that. Upetu mam deva sakha kirtishcha maninasaha. Kirti. May I only be known as your greatest servant. That's the Kirti I want. I only want to be known. It's like if we are, let's say for example, if I'm the PA to the Prime Minister, wherever the Prime Minister goes, I go. If he's in a press meeting, I'm there. No one questions me, no one questions my movements. I just follow the Prime Minister. So, the Kirti belongs to the master, but the servant gets it too. So I'm asking you, Mother, give me that Kirti. That I'm always your servant walking around behind you, doing your stuff. I want that Kirti. Upayatu mam deva sakha. Like Kuber, give me that bhakti that you give yourself to me. Give me Kirti to be your greatest servant. Manina saha. Mani as in Chintamani. Chintan karne wala man is Chintamani. Give me the power, the wisdom to discriminate, to contemplate on what's going on around me and within me. After my awareness becomes aware of your presence, eternal presence within me, give me 3 things, Divine Mother. Give me bhakti, accept me as your servant, to do things for you, kinkar, and accept me and give me Chintamani, which is give me the power of contemplation. So I'm constantly contemplating on your form. I'm constantly contemplating on your tapas that I see around me. I'm constantly appreciating your Maya. Give me these 3 things. Upayatu mam deva sakha kirtischa maninasaha pradurbhutosmi rashtresmin. Rashtra is the kingdom. This kingdom that I think is my body and my world, right? My world. My world consists of my body, my mind, its thoughts, everything within the mind, everything within my intellect, my relatives, my house, my Rashtra. In my Rashtra, pradurbhutosmi. Rise like 1,000 suns are rising. Let your presence be felt in my world. Pradurbhutosmi rashtresmin asmin. Rashtre asmin. And give me 2 things, Kirti and Samruddhi. Kirti as your servant, Samruddhi as in constantly rising above my lower self and attaching myself to your presence, to the higher self. Pradurbhutosmi rashtresmin kirtim ruddhim dadatu me. Kshut pipasa malam jeshtham alakshmim nashayamyaham. And what will I do with your presence? What will I do gaining your bhakti, becoming your servant, contemplating on your leelas? What will I do? I will also work hard, Divine Mother. Kshup pipasa malam. इसमें ना 3 चीज़ें हैं. क्षुत पिपासाम मलाम मल ज्येष्ठाम. Jeshtham is a form of the Divine Mother that stays wherever awareness is attached to the lower self. Because she is both the higher self and the lower self. But with my own krushi, swayam krushi, with my own purusharth, I will also try to get rid of the mal, get rid of all the negativities of the lower self. I will give my bit also. I'm not just saying you take care of everything. That's just pure laziness. I will also work hard, Ma, but I want you to also work a little harder for me. Kshut pipasa malam jeshtham alakshmim nashayamyaham aham. I will try to remove all those. I will positively distract myself from lower tendencies. I will do my own how much ever I can to attach to my higher self. Kshut pipasa malam jeshtham alakshmim nashayamyaham abhutim asamruddhim cha sarvam nirnudame gruhat. Gruhat as in my house, in my rashtra, in my world. I will make sure I keep shuchi as cleanliness. Abhutim asamruddhim. I will remove these negative tendencies that are within me. I will continuously work on purification, shuddhikaran. Not only within, without also. Inside and outside, I will do my part. Nirnuda me gruhat. Kshut pipasa malam jeshtham alakshmin. So here the pronunciation is a little tricky. It's kshut. Kshut pipasa malam. Kshut pipasa malam jeshtham alakshmim nashayamyaham. Please be a little careful reading. Kshut pipasa malam jeshtham lakshmim. Don't say lakshmim. It is alakshmim nashayamyaham. Words, if not pronounced properly, can have a different meaning. If we read jeshtham lakshmim nashayamyaham, it means we are destroying Lakshmi within us. Here we are saying kshut pipasa malam jeshtham alakshmim nashayamyaham abhutim asamruddhim cha sarvam nirnudame gruhat. Then gandhadvaram duradharsham nityapushtam karishinim. Karishinim. Karishinim as in the one who attracts. Gandhadvaram duradharsham nityapushtam karishinim. Now that I have done the inner cleansing, and now that my awareness is now becoming aware of your presence within the core of my being, as I am becoming more and more and more aware of your presence within the core of my being, Gandhadvaram Duradharsham, through all my senses. Gandhadvaram is just etc. etc. Through my eyes, through my nose, through my mouth, through my skin, through my ears, whatever I take in through my senses, I know that I am able to take in because of your presence. Which is why the Divine Mother holds Panchatanmatra Sayaka. She holds all our senses in her hand to show that it is because she is sitting on the Sinhasan, that because she is sitting on the throne of our heart, we have senses. If not, we would just be a dead body. Gandhadvaram Duradharsham. She's the undeniable fact of our life. People can say all kinds of things, but ultimately they have to agree to her presence. There is no denying of her presence. That's Duradharsham. Nitya Pushtam Karishinim. Karishinim as in the one who does it and the one who attracts. May I always be aware that my senses are working because of your presence. May I never deny everything that's in my Rashtra as nothing but your tapas. May I be ever nourished, well nourished in your presence within me. Nitya Pushtam Karishinim. She's already doing all this. It's just that we aren't aware. Because our awareness is stuck in the lower tendencies. Awareness when awareness makes an about turn, it starts becoming aware of the presence of the Divine Mother within. Gandhadvaram Duradharsham Nitya Pushtam Karishinim. Ishwari Gum Sarvabhutanam. Ishwari as in the Niyantri, the one who is the controlling power. Ishwari Gum Sarvabhutanam. I not only recognize you as my Ishwari, I also recognize that you are the Ishwari of everything there is. Ishwari Gum Sarvabhutanam. Tam Iham Upahvaye Shriyam. I invoke you right now. Why wait? I'll do it tomorrow morning after I take a shower. No. Tam iham upahvaye shriyam. Right now I invoke you. गन्धद्वारां दुराधर्षां नित्यपुष्टां करीषिणीम् ईश्वरीगुं सर्वभूतानां ताम् इहम् उपह्वये श्रियम्. So with this, we will conclude the Shri Suktam for today. We are left with couple of more verses. We'll take them up in the next satsang. Sarvam Shri Jagadamba Charanarpanamastu. Swasti.